strategic defeat on the United States under Trump and the Israeli regime. They've already murdered Ayatollah Khamenei, and his martyrdom has not changed anything, nor has the martyrdom of the commanders that were martyred alongside him. What I actually think is more important and shows that the Titanic is sinking is the fact that Joe Kent has resigned, and he has basically admitted as a Trump appointee that it is the Israeli lobby and the Israeli regime that has imposed this war of aggression, despite the fact that Iran was no threat to the United States. I think that this, in the coming days, is going to make things more difficult for the Trump regime, especially since on the battlefield he's failed. The Iranians are pounding with missiles and drones the Israeli regime and U.S. assets in the Persian Gulf region, and the Iranians will not allow the United States to control the Strait of Hormuz.
You have said that Iran is preparing for a much, much longer conflict, that this could go up to and past the midterm elections, which are scheduled to take place in the United States in November. What more can you tell us about that?
Well, we have to keep in mind that Iran has prepared itself for this war for 25 years, ever since the United States invaded Afghanistan and Iraq and surrounded Iran and started calling Iran an axis of evil and talking about all options are being on the table. Iran began to develop these underground bases for missiles and drones and develop its own indigenous technology for making drones and missiles. And the factories are underground, and many of the bases are not even touched yet. So the Iranians are fully prepared to continue fighting for a very, very long time, into next year, in fact. But I think that the United States completely misread the situation. They misread Iran's will. They've misread Iran's capabilities. And now Trump is paying the price. The delusional statements that Trump was making yesterday, I think, and all the inconsistencies and the contradictions in his statements, I think, reflect that.
You say that Iran's goal is to deal the United States and Israel a strategic defeat. What are the bottom line conditions that Iran has for there to be a cessation of hostilities?
The security of Iran and its regional allies must be something that is recognized. Iran must and its allies must no longer feel threatened in the years ahead.